Welcome back, everyone. This is Cody Hart for Government Accountability. I had a subject that's near and dear to me, and I think most people out there, and that's the economy and how government has been out of control, how it's been reckless with our funds. And this article here by Hannah Kim, critics of proposal to raise property taxes call it the largest in state history if fully implemented. This is here for Washington State. And I, like many other people, have not been immune from what's been going on out there between the inflation and everything else. But I have to say, I think our biggest problem is our government that is out of control. They are bankrupting all of us, and many people out there just simply haven't noticed who's behind most of it. I think this article does a good job explaining that. And I'm going to go ahead and just cut into the video here and just explain that this is a proposal from the state to raise property taxes statewide. And I will tell you, they have enough money. They have enough of our money. And I'm going to go ahead and go to just hear a part of it, and we'll talk about it from there.
Paycheck.
Senator Jamie Peterson, who represents Seattle, is the main sponsor of Senate Bill 5770. As it stands now, it wants to give local governments the authority to raise property taxes. That's because a 2001 voter initiative shackled the government from raising property taxes more than 1% year after year. Peterson's measure wants to raise that 1% to up to 3%.
This ends up being the largest property tax increase in our state's history if it is fully implemented. You know, after 10 years, about a $6 billion tax increase.
We have Democrats saying that they oppose regressive taxes, yet we have 19 Democrat senators who have signed on to this bill.
Supporters of the measure believe county governments need more money to pay for services and to beef up things like public safety.
Now, they say it's necessary to fund police, but I kind of find that rings hollow to me because they are among some of the very same legislators who just a few years ago worked so hard to defund the police and handcuff law enforcement to prevent them from doing their jobs.
I'll just stop it real quick right there. So this is something we all see. This is what they always do. They're a bunch of liars. They create the problems, and then they tell us that we have to pay to fix them, and they're made up. They're creating the situation, and they try to squeeze money and take everything they can out of us, and that's what's been going on across the state. Here's another example of it, but this is a great commentary here. I'd like everyone to listen in.
They will talk to you about, well, we have to do this because local governments just don't have the funding to deliver services they require. Fundamentally untrue. County government over the last 10 years has grown on average 82%. City government has grown 72%. The truth is they don't need more money. They have a spending problem.
Hannah Kim, Fox 13 News.
So I think they nailed it with that statement. I also wanted to just kind of go over what here's going on in Skagit County. I think it's going to blow a lot of people away. We haven't been holding them accountable. They have not been managing our business. They have been pilfering and stealing from us. And so I put some numbers together to share with everyone. And so this stuff can all be obtained basically from the Skagit County website itself, the Finance and Budget Department. And if you look into the 2015 and 2024 reports, you can get these numbers for yourself. So first off, they have it broken down into two different sections, a general fund and a non-general fund for their budget. And this is one of the tricks they use. They separate things out. They make it confusing for people to understand what the totals are. So I'm going to try to keep it consistent here and just focus on these two numbers, the general and non-general fund. And there's more to it than that, believe it or not. And I'm going to focus on revenue. How much are they actually getting from us? How much are they taxing us? How big is our government gotten here in Skagit County? And I think it's going to really shock most of you to find out what's been going on. So I put these numbers together for you guys. These are all available on the Skagit County Finance and Budget website. You can get them for yourself. You can verify them for yourself. You can see where I got them. But I thought I would go through where things were a few years ago to where they are now. So I thought I would take what they had. 2015 is as far back as this particular data source is from. So it's not that long ago, really. For old people like me, who 9 years isn't 100 years or nothing. So looking at 2015, first thing is they have a lot of confusing numbers. I don't like these reports. They're not a summary report that is normal for public presentation. They do have the numbers in there though. So I thought I'd make it simple, and I'm only going to work with the revenue for the general and non-general funds as we talk about it. The revenue. I just want you to remember this is what they're actually getting. So when we look at the general fund revenue for 2015, we have over $46 million. Okay, that was 2015. 2015 non-general fund, over $118 million. Okay, that gives our government, our county government, over $165 million of our tax funds that they've gathered and that they are using, whether that be from us all locally or other. This is all, just remember, I'm going to talk about, these are tax funds from someone. Americans are being taxed for us in the county. This is what our county government is playing around with. Now, when we look at the 2024 numbers, I think it's going to blow your mind. The general fund has gone up to over $69 million. Non-general fund, hold on to this, over $216 million. And just adding these numbers together and comparing them, that is a $285 million, almost 286 in 2024, when it was just $165 million in 2015. And just to be nerdy on math, that's 173% of what it was in 2015. They have over $120 million more that they are playing around with. Our county government is, and Skagit County, the corporation that's in control of everything, because they run all the money. Again, I won't get into that, but they are running, it's almost double. It's almost double in 9 years, okay, that they are using of tax funds to run this county. And I thought it would be really interesting to share with everyone some basic numbers. Now, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to compare that to population. And, you know, depending on where you go, generally speaking, the 2015 population for Skagit County was about 121,000 or so people living in this county. Well, in 2024, okay, the current numbers that I've come across are roughly 131,000, almost 132,000 people, okay? That's about 10,000 increase. You know, it's about an 8% increase in population over the 9 years. Well, how much money are they getting per taxpayer compared to that same thing, 2015 and now? 2015 and now is a 160% increase per person in this county that they're getting of our money and spending. Using these numbers that you can review yourself, public record, they're right on the county's website, and these aren't even all of them. I just want to point it out to you. They've got a $120 million increase in the piggy bank that they're collecting from all of us. Well, all of us out here are paying more for everything. A gallon of milk, a pound of ground beef, whatever you eat, your rents have skyrocketed. Everyone out there is hurting. But these people are just full of pork. I mean, they are just so full of money, and government keeps expanding. Just like the Fox 13 article said, on average, an 80% increase, and we here in Skagit County, roughly 73% increase in just from 2015 to 22 on what they have gotten from us, how they're filling up their power structure by taking money from us that we could have to live our lives and choose how we spend it. They're just taking it from us. And they're taking it from Americans. This is tax funds revenue. And I'm sure it's not all coming from within the county. But I personally don't think that that's an excuse for this. These people, they're out of control. Our government's out of control. And so I wanted to share that with all of you so you could see some hard numbers and hard facts. And I'm going to end it with sharing some wisdom and great words from a great president.
Government is not the solution to our problem. Government is the problem.